Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We're hoping that more people are going to show up, but there's so much value to be added here. I hope you're having a blast at Web Summit Qatar, and you're enjoying Qatar if you are visiting, so welcome to Qatar. So today I'm just going to kind of give you an introduction. I'm representing Founder Institute over here, so I'm just going to let you know what Founder Institute is about. And of course, this is Growth Summit, so we're going to be talking and introducing companies and founders who are in the growth stage, but more importantly, their valuable lessons out of these stages. So, Founder Institute is a global network of we build startups, fundable startups, global startups. We're in over 200 cities around the world, over 100 countries, and it's coming out of Silicon Valley. So we've got that badge of approval and badge of credibility that we know what we're talking about. It's been around for 15 years. In our portfolio now, over 7,000 alumni. We've got 40,000 or more, well, now that needs to be updated, mentors. And it is a proven kind of ecosystem. So we take it all the way from empowering the startup ecosystems by the leaders within them to making sure that those going through the core program are supported beyond. So happy that we have Founder Institute mentors and alumni within Web Summit at this point in time. Founder Institute GCC, of which I'm the managing director of, we have 2 cohorts coming up this year. The first one will be virtual in April, but more importantly, the announcement I'm so happy to make over here is that we're going to be having our first in-person cohort in Dubai starting September. But as you all know, and I think you've experienced, you can never work in a silo. So Founder Institute has been very important for us to be involved and embedded within the entrepreneurial ecosystems we work with, as being in Web Summit, or working collaboration with institutions and conferences such as the annual investment meeting or the Entrepreneurship World Cup that's happening in the UAE at the end of this year. If you are interested, there is a lot of money up for grabs. It is part of the the global entrepreneurship network initiatives that do happen around the world. We are a proud accelerator partner for the Entrepreneurship World Cup, and it's a great opportunity for further exposure, but also embedded within the network that you would need to hear about. But today we're talking about growth. And we're at the Growth Summit, and we are kind of witnessing companies that are in that stage. It goes without saying that there are components for success. There's never a recipe that kind of just tells you, this is it. If you follow it, you're going to be done. But let's kind of look at the headlines. You can't grow if you don't understand the market. You can't grow if you're not embedded, if you don't know your customers. I had a roundtable a couple of days ago talking about customer centricity. Just like kind of really connecting with what they're looking for. You can't grow if you're not innovative. I mean, what's the definition of a startup? Innovation. You're doing something that is different. You're bringing a different value to the market, to your customer base, and who you're serving. Adaptability. I think we've all experienced lockdown, corona, pandemic. We knew those who survived, who came out on the other end of that tunnel, they had to be adaptable. They had to understand what is happening and how can they amend and adapt to the shifting networks and everything else and the dynamics in the market. And last but not least, Web Summit, tech. It's all about technology. These are tech startups. It's not just about embracing what is out there. It's creating your own. It's finding new ways to embed technology within your offering to better serve and reach your customer base. So what are some effective growth strategies that I'm just putting them up as reminders? I'm sure I don't need to be educating you about this, but customer-centric product development, what does that mean? It means that you are listening to what your customers want, you're aware of their needs, and you're creating products and services that are catering to them. You're not working in a silo. You're not following the build it and they will come and hope they will come. You are kind of putting your ears down to the railroads and listening to what they need, having those loops of understanding from your customers. Can you make decisions without data? You shouldn't. Data-driven decision-making is very important. Again, you cannot be all out. I don't believe there are informed decisions because the data could shift tomorrow. You make as informed as possible decisions based on the data that you have on hand today. But knowing that data is that arsenal of information of how to better, again, serve and reach your customer or customer segments or even existing customers. Aligned fundraising, investment, the buzzwords and the target for every startup. But is it just about finding just the other investor and getting a check? No. It is about knowing that that investor is aligned with your vision, with your values, with whoever you are serving, that they can support you as much as you can take that check and make sure you capitalize on it and you get the best return on that investment. That's why we say networks don't start with just saying, hi, we met at Web Summit. Can I have your money, please? Means it's like, this is who I am. This is what you do. Let's connect. Let's make this something that we can leverage on, that we can better serve our community, that our world, our region, that we can create an impact. So leverage those networks. I heard this expression, I keep sharing it every time. You never know when you're going to have your next 6-figure handshake, or 7 or 8. But that is important because you're just not meeting an investor for you. That's a checkbook. That's a person who wants to connect with you, who wants to know what you're about. Why are you doing your business? How do you want to impact the world? And yes, every person here can reach the world. You just have to believe that you can, and you're going to take each step every day, one day at a time, to keep serving those that can impact the world, that can change things, and that we do not settle for just what's there. You don't like something? Do something about it. So, I have a couple of minutes, and I will always share wellness and mindset, and reminding you, in the very fast pace of tech startups, you have to stop, you have to breathe, you have to listen to your body, you have to be aligned with you, so you have the drive to be able to keep going. Because if you collapse, if you stop, if you lose steam, everything you are working towards, that impact you want to create in the world, it holds with you. And yes, you need to give yourself permission to do that. You need to have that tribe of people, 1 person, 2 people, 100 people, if you can afford to have that tribe, to tell you to stop and breathe, to show you that it's okay to rest, that you can grow. You need the growth mindset, you need the adaptive mindset, you need the abundance, and you need the positive. I'm not saying it's all butterflies and unicorns. We're working towards unicorns, but they don't prance around us. But you have to believe that you can change the world. You will get the 100 no's. You will get the 1,000 no's. You will get those who's like, I'm not interested. And that's okay, because you are looking for those that connect with you, that customer base, those investors, stakeholders, people who's like, I'm interested. Let me open a door for you. Let me make that connection. Let me send out that message. You need to be in the space to allow yourself to receive that, and that's what happens when you prioritize yourself, your wellness, your mindset, because you had that vision. And that vision is for you to impact the world in any way that you can, through your product, through your service, the app, the platform, whatever it is. It's up to you to show up and to serve from your heart, from your alignment, and from your passion. And when you stand up on a stage and you have that chance, share all of you. 1 person can connect from 100, 1 person out of 1,000. That's the person you want to reach. So that is my message to you today. I know it's just a reminder. I hope you take it to heart. And I'm very excited to, once again, be representing Founder Institute. But Akid, like, we can't be talking about Web Summit growth stage without asking those who are on phase 2, on phase 3, on whatever phase they are on their businesses, that they are here with us today to share their insights, their lessons, and what made them wake up and take up another day, how they approached it differently. So I would like to welcome to the stage our first founder speaking today. You have seen him in the opening ceremony. He's one of the, what are they called? Growth? No, Beyond Growth. I think kind of rocket. They had a rocket next to their name, and we have 3 of those today. But today they're not just sharing about their business, they're sharing about their lessons. So without further ado, and just to make sure I do not mispronounce his name, Varun Vairavan, he's the co-founder of High Level out of Qatar, so a proud Qatari, well, he's not Qatari, but Qatar-born startup, and he's going to be sharing his insights today of how he's leveraged going from one phase to the next and how he's planning, well, literally to reach the world. Thank you, Varun. Please.